Solving Radical Equations, Chapter 7, Lesson 6. Go ahead and pause here and take these notes. All right, so number one, we're going to check is our radical alone, and that means is there's nothing added or subtracted or multiplied in front or behind the radical. And the answer is no, because it's the square root of 3x. It doesn't say the square root of 3x plus 7. So in order to undo the square root, we're going to square both sides. And so the square root of 3x squared becomes 3x. And 3 squared is 9. Then we can solve as normal. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and I get x equals 3. On the second one, yes, the radical is alone, so we can square both sides to get rid of it. So I'm going to have x plus 1 equals 25. Subtract 1 to get 24. Number 3, the square root is not alone because I have this minus 1 at the end. So I'm going to add 1 to both sides to get rid of that. Now I can go ahead and square it, which would give me x minus 3 equals 1, and add 1 to get 4. Now on these we have cubes. So the opposite of a cube root is to cube, so that those cancel out, and I'm left with 4x equals negative 8. Divide by 4, which is negative 2. On this last one, I need to add to get the cube root alone. Then I can cube both sides, and I get 2x minus 6 to equal 64. Add 6 to get 70, and divide by 2 to get 35. Okay, on these ones, when I have binomials and I'm trying to square it, remember that squaring a binomial means to multiply it by itself. So this would actually become 2x minus 3 equal to x squared minus 3x, which would be negative 6x plus 9. Now, because it's a squared, we have to set it equal to 0 so that I can try to solve it. So that would give me negative 8x plus 12. I need factors of 12 that add up to 8, which are 6 and 2. Sign chart says both minus. And then what makes these binomials 0 would be a positive 6 and a positive 2. Same concept on this side. We're going to square it, which means to multiply it by itself. Those would cross out, and I'm left with x plus 1 equals 4x squared. Negative 16 and negative 16 is negative 32x plus 64. Set it equal to 0. So that gives me 4x squared minus 33x plus 63. There is no greatest common factor, so this is a window method. Not a very big window. Try again. So 4x squared plus 63 is 252. I need factors of 252 that add up to 33. That's not it. (21) and 12. Sign chart both minus. So 4x 21 and 63. 21. Should have known that. And this one has nothing, and 12 and 63 is 3. So I have 4x minus 21 and x minus 3. And what makes this binomial 0 is 21/4, and what makes this one 0 is positive 3. This last one is nice because they both have square roots, so when you square them both, they cancel out. So I'm left with 3x plus 6 equals 7x minus 6. Subtract the 7x to both sides gives me negative 4x, and subtracting the 6 gives me negative 12. So x equals 3. Police departments find it very useful to be able to approximate the speed of a car when they are given the distance and that the car skidded before it came to a stop. If the road surface is wet concrete, the function s of x equals the square root of 10.5x is used, where s of x is the speed of the car in miles per hour and x is the distance skidded in feet. Find how fast the car was moving if it skidded 280 feet. So we're going to put 280 in for the x, which actually just makes this an easy one. I'm just going to put it in my calculator. 10.5 times 280. So the car was going about 54.2 miles per hour. The tallest structure in the U.S. is a TV tower in Blanchard, North Dakota, and its height is 2,063 feet. A 382-foot length of wire is used as a guy wire attached to the top of the tower. So we have 2,063 and 2,382. Approximate to the nearest foot how far from the base of the tower the guy wire must be anchored. So this actually becomes a geometry problem with the fact that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So I have 2,382 squared minus 2,063 squared. X squared equals 1417955. And to undo the squared, I'm going to take the square root. And I get the answer to be 1,190.8 feet away.